Alright, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation, brother. Hopefully, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. This video here is going to be a prophet's retirement plan. Alright, a prophet's retirement plan. Okay, so, you know how in the world, when you're working on a job, you work generally an average of 25 to 30 years, depending on, different circumstances for different jobs, but we'll just go with the number of 30. You work 30 years, and supposedly after those 30 years, you can retire. And basically, when you retire, you collect a continuous check up until you die from your place of employment, supposedly. Okay? So, the thing is, here in this kingdom, you work all your life just so you can hopefully relax and enjoy your life almost when your life is over with. It really doesn't sound like a great deal. It's actually a bad deal. But I'm here to tell you that a prophet's retirement plan is the best deal that you could possibly get. Okay? Only thing is, in order to achieve the prophet's retirement plan, you have to give up the things of this world, the things of this kingdom here. But it's all worth it in the end. But the thing is about the prophet's job is not one that's liked. You remember that show, Dirty Jobs? Well, the prophet's job is the dirtiest of them all, to be a man of the Lord, because the thing about that job is you have to stand boldly in the face of the world, against the world, and tell them, the world, what the Lord is saying, what Yahweh Shai is speaking. Okay? Because the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. Alright? And and the message in which Yahweh Shai has for the world is not one that's pleasing to the ears. It's not a pleasant message. So you'll notice a lot of people hate the prophets, try to come up against them, try to kill them, just all kind of things. So that job, it's a dirty job. But the retirement plan is well worth it. Alright. So actually look up that word retirement or retire. Hold on, selecting. Alright. Let's try it again. Okay. So look up that word. The etymology is from the online etymology dictionary for the word retire. And it says of armies to retreat, to withdraw from something, meaning to withdraw or to some place, especially for the sake of privacy, to leave company and go to bed, to withdraw, to lead back, to remove. So pretty much when you retire, it means to retreat or to withdraw. And what are you withdrawing from? You're withdrawing from work. Okay? And when that time comes and the prophets are allowed to retire or withdraw from going out preaching and teaching the word, warning the people, letting everybody know what the Lord says, all those things. When that time comes, it's time to cash in that pension or that 401k or, whatever type of retirement fund that you have going. So I just want to look at that word pension real quick too, now to think about it. Okay, this is the word pension, pension, which says payment for services, especially a regular reward or annual payment out of a will or benefice. So it's a payment. our reward. Okay? And that's what we're working for. We're working for that reward. We're working for that penny. And on top of that penny, depending on, what type of, level you at or status, there will be, statuses or, levels to this thing. Whatever type of reward that's giving you, because that penny is the kingdom of heaven. We're all working for that. But we're also, looking forward to rewards on top of that, Okay? But you gotta work. You gotta work to get it. You can't, because see, the thing is, think about this. When you retire, even here in this kingdom, if you retire early, you don't get 100% of your benefits. You don't get 100% of your check, your payment. You get, if you retire, 12, 15 years, you may get 30-some percent. 40% on up, depending on how many years of service in which you put in. But see, here with the retirements, so like with the Prophet's retirement plan, you need to endure. You need to work up until the end, up until the harvest. Okay, you have to labor until that harvest to get the reward in which you're looking for, to get their Prophet's reward, their Prophet's retirement plan. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. That's not a pleasure message. It's not a pleasing message, Salakia. Nothing pleasurable about that. But he says the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. And why? Because the same prophets come back in their lot. The spirits are subject unto the prophets. Okay, they come back in their lot as prophets, prophesying or being the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shem Shai. Of war, evil, pestilence, those are not good things. Those are not the things the people of the world wants to hear. The people of the world wants to hear, why can't we all just get along? Everybody needs to love everybody. Everybody needs to give everybody a hug. Stuff like that. That's all the world wants to hear. So when you come to the world saying, America Babylon the Great is going down, World War III is coming, cannibalism, the financial collapse, all kind of evils, pestilence, diseases, plagues of, all kind of creeping things, flies and locusts and just whatever the Most High will put upon this place or send upon this place is coming. All evil things. And that's not something that people want to hear. So thus, they will shun the prophets. They will try to kill them, get them caught up, get them put in jail, all kind of different things. All right. And since I mentioned that the spirits of the prophets subject to the prophets, let's get that real quick. I think that's it. Yep. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right. Because the prophets are those same spirits coming back in their lots. And that's not just the prophets. That's everyone. If you was almost, if you was a scoffer, you gonna come back as a scoffer. If you was one that, that came against the prophets, you gonna be coming back in your lot to come against the prophets when they come back. All right. If you was doing that, taking part in that alphabet lifestyle, you gonna come back in that alphabet lifestyle. The spirits are subject to the prophets. Spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, not just the prophets, but all spirits. All spirits are subject unto the lot in which the Most High have placed them in. Think about when you're watching a movie. One particular character don't just all of a sudden change characters. Like if this character is playing John Jones, he don't just all of a sudden change into Jason Smith. He's gonna come back. Probably not, not as the same thing, but he's going to come back in that same particular light in which he came. All right. You play your particular role throughout the duration of the movie. And it's the same thing in the Most High's movie. You're going to play your particular role in the spirit and throughout the duration of the movie. All right. Let's see. This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4. Then the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. All right. So Jeremiah is one of those prophets that's working for their prophet's retirement plan. Same thing with Daniel. Same thing with Isaiah. Just all the prophets. They're all working for their prophet's retirement plan. All right. And a part of that plan is not to retire early. If you want to get 100% of your benefits, you don't want to retire early. Not as a prophet. Because the thing is, if you retire early as a prophet, you don't get anything. You have to work until there is no more work. You have to labor until the harvest as the prophet. Because if you retire early as a prophet, you don't get anything. All right, this is Luke chapter 9, and let's see. I'm going to start at verse 59. It says, And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahushua said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead. But go thou and preach the kingdom of the Most High. All right, those who are in the world, those who that wandereth out, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right, so those who are without understanding are already dead. So let the ones who are without understanding bury those who are physically dead. All right, because you have a job to do, to go and preach the kingdom of the Most High. You can't retire early. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. And see, the thing about that is, it's two things. All right, if you're working and you're not looking at what you're doing, or you're looking back while you're plowing, you're gonna plow out of line. You're gonna plow and mess up some other stuff. You gonna fuck some shit up. Okay, because you're not focused. All right, that's why you gotta be focused. You gotta be rooted. You gotta keep your eye single in this thing. Okay, and then also, if you're looking back, you might be looking back at your house thinking, man, I could be in the air conditioning. I could be at home relaxing. I could be doing all kind of other things besides out here plowing. Now you're starting to think about quitting. You're starting to think about just stopping. And that's not an option. If you want that prophet's retirement plan, if you want that. All right. All right, let's get... It's 1 Kings chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 10. As Yahweh thy power liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord have not sent to seek thee. And when they said, He is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not. And now thou sayest, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Most High shall carry thee whither I know not. And so when I came to tell Ahab, he cannot find thee, he shall slay me. But I thy servant fear the Most High from my youth. So Elijah was thought that Ahab was, he was going to take him out. Was it not told, my Lord, what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Most High? How I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave and fed them with the bread and water? And now thou sayest, go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay me. And Elijah said, as the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, I will surely show myself unto him today. So, because Elijah understood, hey, this is the Lord speaking. He telling me to go do it. Hey, I need to go do it. He's being obedient. Although, yeah, he was fearful of his life, he knew that, hey, if Yahweh Shema shall tell you to do it, you can't go wrong following what the word, what he said. Okay? So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, art thou he that troubleth Israel? So Ahab was like, you the one troubling Israel. You the one bringing all this stuff up, bringing this heat up on us. So now Elijah, as a prophet, is being blamed for the folly or for the things that are coming upon our people. And that's also true. The prophets were blamed a lot for when they came to speak the word of the Lord, and it was something that wasn't good for our nation. They were blamed for that. They never took take accountability for your own actions, meaning you fucked up. So now all this trouble is brought upon you. Okay, baby. All right. So now this trouble is brought upon you, but that's just the word of the Lord. You got to remember, the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. But verse 18 says, and he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam. So he talking about, I didn't do anything. I ain't bring all this upon our people. You did through your idol worship. through forsaking the commandments. All right. So what is the prophet's retirement plan? Well, let's get it. Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Meaning they picked up their plow and they plowed and plowed and plowed and plowed and did not look back. They forsook all to plow, to do the work in which Yahushua told them to do. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration. How do you follow him in the regeneration? We're living in a regeneration now. When you come back in the flesh, back in the flesh. Okay? You follow him how? You follow his word. Be obedient unto him. When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that prophet's reward, part of it, is being a judge in the nation of Israel. Meaning, once you retire or once you retreat, once you retire or rest from work, or retreat from working, you're a judge. You get to sit down. And you get to judge the people. Okay? And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So you'll be a judge. You'll get all those things back times 100, and you'll have everlasting life. That's the prophet's retirement plan. That's greater than any retirement plan here. That's greater than retiring and making 80, 90, 100 grand annually. But you're still struggling because the price of things are going up. You're in your old age. Your body begins to break down. Now you're on all kind of medications. Just whatever. That's not living. Working 30, 35, 40 years and then retiring at 60, 50 something, 60 years old. It's not a good deal. This kingdom doesn't give you good deals. Okay? Let's see. I think I'm gonna finish here. Okay, yeah. This Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, "And after these Adam, also whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all." See that? We all come from Adam. "And the people also whom thou hast chosen." Everyone comes from Adam, and the people whom thou hast chosen. Separation there. Who did he choose? Israel. So you got Israel and then the rest of the people. "All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes." Who? Israel. Thou madest the world for Israel's sakes. So everything that we see here is literally ours. It was created for us. Alright. "As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel." Okay? So that's also part of the prophet's reward or the prophet's retirement plan. So you'll get you'll be a judge. You'll get 100-fold of what you lost here, everlasting life. And on top of that, it says, "Thou madest the world for our sakes." So you'll have the world. The world will be yours. Alright? That's the prophet's retirement plan. Okay? So, call Allah Yahweh Shem Al Shai by Shem Kakodash. Hope you see you back in another lesson. Shalom.